They all look to be right. Off and racing. And the first of them away in an even dispatch, Pointless Praise. Stop the Prospector away quickly enough, and BERNBRAE is going to boot up and be prominent. Coming over now is Miss Anonymity, and in between horses Rubik Lass. So Sirota 3 deep momentarily leaving the straight, and going up in the middle Duchy's Demerit is next of all, quickly making ground at the 1800. In the middle next is King's Parade, being followed then deeper on the track Opal Tango. Further back behind those Zachariah Bow, and back last is Ocean Ranger as they gallop along Matheson Road and go past the 1600 mark, and the leader Pointless Praise settled in front for Louis. A length and a half on Stop the Prospector. BERNBRAE is running third. Around the outside is Miss Anonymity, being followed by Rubik Lass with a nice even pace at the 1400. A bit more than a length away then on the inside Duchy's Demerit, who's being closely attended over on the outside by Sirota working forward but covering extra territory. A bit more than a length behind those Opal Tango, being followed further back behind them to King's Parade near the rail. Magic Will Reign further back, and Ocean Ranger. Pointless Praise heads down the riverside of the course. Out by the 1,000 they go. A length clear Stop the Prospector. Over on the outside is Miss Anonymity, who's covered additional ground. BERNBRAE though has saved every inch of ground. 3/4 of a length away then Rubik Lass, being followed by on the outside Sirota. A bit more than a length off those near the inside Duchy's Demerit. Opal Tango on the slide, going around the outside from King's Parade. Followed further back in the field Zachariah Bow, Doctor on Call, Magic Will Reign, and Ocean Ranger still whip them all in as Pointless Praise tries to get a break on them. They went to the 500. It's a length and a half. Stop the Prospector. Over on the outside Miss Anonymity. BERNBRAE now pushing right up on the inside, but Pointless Praise is in cruise mode at the top of the straight. Pointless Praise by more than 2. BERNBRAE followed then by on the outside Miss Anonymity. Duchy's Demerit cut the corner. Sirota further back. Zachariah Bow at the 200. Pointless Praise the leader. BERNBRAE keeps coming. Pointless Praise in front. BERNBRAE gets on equal terms. Is today the day for BERNBRAE? If you're on board, you can say hip hip hooray. It's all over after a drought. Gets the money BERNBRAE from Pointless Praise. Third, Duchy's Demerit possibly from Zachariah Bow, and further back Ocean Ranger. And they were followed by Rubik Lass, King's Parade. Next home, Sirota, Miss Anonymity. Further back behind those, then Stop the Prospector, Magic Will Reign, Doctor on Call, and Opal Tango. Well, 878 days. It's a fair drought. A long, long time between drinks. And today, BERNBRAE, ridden by JARRAD NOSKE for Tony Triscari, ends the drought and wins for just the second time in 27 runs. Has cut Pointless Praise down. Duchy's Demerit over near the inside. Third, just in front of old Zachariah Bow. 5-4-1-3. 5-4-1-3. They've run 2:19.58 for the 2200. And BERNBRAE has won by half a length and a quarter the gap second and third. It's great to see this mare back in the winner's circle. A long, long time since she last saluted the judge. The daughter of my admiration, building in the prep off a couple of pretty good runs, not suited at all last start. Today the pace was much more even, more genuine. And while she had to be desperately ridden, because you could see Brandon Louis had plenty underneath of him with Pointless Praise coming to the home corner, got the break on them. Noske went to work, and at his vigorous best has landed the mare BERNBRAE home in 35.56. Pointless Praise by Pariah from Flattery has run a great race, attempting to lead all the way. Trained by John Doyle, ridden by Brandon Louis, and Duchy's Demerit third in a Demerit gelding, trained by Paul Roberts, handled by Chanel Cooper. 5-4-1-3 thereafter the running of the 9th. As we go to the 10th, the Liberties Insurance Handicap over 1,200 metres. There are no changes there. They're all going to run. They'll go at 4:50 here this afternoon. As Lockie goes downstairs now to meet and greet Tony Triscari, who's just made his way down to the enclosure after this victory. And what a great sense of relief it must be for all concerned with BERNBRAE to see her back in the winner's circle after this victory.
Oh, exactly right, Darren. It's not often you get back into the mounting yard and connections are just having a laugh amongst one another, because it has been a long time, Tony, but Throughout that time, she's been very, very honest, but today she got everything go her way.
Exactly right, Lockie. You bring her to the races, you put the saddle on, you just don't know which BERNBRAE is going to turn up. So very pleasing today. She's done everything right since the last run, and the last run was very good. Last preparation, she just refused to travel in races, whereas now she seems to be sort of enjoying herself a little bit more, so we might be on the right track.
She was off the bridle. You do mention the fact that she's travelling a little bit better in her races, but she was off the bridle coming into the home turn from the 600-metre mark onwards. Was that cause for concern when you were watching the race live?
Look, not really, Lockie. She's just a dead set stayer, and when they sprinted, I knew she wouldn't sprint with them, but I knew she'd just keep coming. So I was pretty happy. The way she travelled early on, I thought she was going to be right in it.
Ability-wise, you have plenty of nice horses back at home. Can she measure up to the next level, or do you feel like this is BERNBRAE's level?
We'll take them as they come. It has been a long time coming, mate. She's frustrated the hell out of me. Last prep, she got beaten an inch a couple of times and promised everything and gave nothing. But look, the owners are really nice people. Hopefully we've turned the corner. She's the sort of horse, we're going to chuck her in a 24 next start and then go to Albany for that 3100, and I think that's just her race.
We shouldn't be greedy with her, should we? Premium Girl on Saturday afternoon. She's flying through the grades. How's she looking heading towards stepping up in Trip Sharply?
Oh, look, she's a pretty honest horse, Lockie. I expected her to acquit herself pretty well. We've had a few little issues with her since the last start. Nothing serious, but she's always in season. She's always knocking herself around in the yard, and we just got to deal with her as we find her every morning. But she's going really well, and I think she's going to keep stepping up through the grades.
Most importantly, well done here.
Thanks very much, mate.
There's Tony Triscari. Here's JARRAD NOSKE.
JARRAD NOSKE joins us now. As Tony was saying, she's travelling a little bit better. Gee, you wouldn't want to be on her when she's not travelling.
Yeah, nah. Well, no, she did actually jump better today than last start, and the pace was run the race was run at a really nice tempo, and it suited her. Brandon put the balaclava on the 600, and he nearly stole it on us. He's caught us with the bridle anyway, but she's really fit. What I found last week when she got held up and ran through the line, she was still steaming up the top of the hill. So I know I was on a fit horse, and she got there in the end.
Must have grabbed it from the back pocket. This big girl's been a bit of a thief over the times too. Now, if she goes to the 2400 next start, surely they'll only just suit her.
Yeah, exactly. I think the further the better for her.
Congratulations, JARRAD. Well done.
Cheers.
There's JARRAD NOSKE. That might not be right of the day, but I think it's post-race interview of the day. Brandon Louis put the balaclava on at the 600-metre mark. It was a great losing ride aboard Pointless Praise on Johnny Doyle's horse by Brandon Louis, but BERNBRAE was able to reign supreme over that final 200 metres. She wins for the first time in almost 900 days in taking out the 9th here at Ascot. I'd love to hear the boys' thoughts from Wednesdays in the West on the drift and how long it's been since BERNBRAE's last win.